Transform plain, solid-colored walls into works of art with painted squares. They can be one size with a set pattern or a variety of sizes in a random pattern. It's up to you and your imagination. In this video, we'll show you how to create a checkerboard pattern or equally sized squares on a wall. Step 1. Preparation. Think about the design you'd like to create. How many colors do you want to use? How many squares? Will the squares be large or small? Will you use two different sheens? You'll also need to know the dimensions of your wall. Determine the height and width of the wall. Then divide both by the size of square you'd like. This tells you how many squares will fill the wall. For example, let's say your wall is 8 feet high and 12 feet wide, and you want 2-foot squares. With those measurements, you'll have 4 squares vertically and 6 squares horizontally. Once you've determined your measurements and design, gather the right tools for your project at your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Choose your paint colors. One color is the base coat, and the others are coordinating colors, which create the square pattern. Make sure you have the following supplies: 1 or 2-inch low-tack safe-release tape, a 9-inch roller frame and cover, mini roller frame and cover, roller pan with liner, tape measure, carpenter's level, straight edge, utility knife, and a pencil. Step 2. Paint the base coat. You can use your existing wall color as the base coat or apply a new color. If you apply a new color, let it dry for at least 4 hours or overnight for best results. Step 3. Mark the horizontal and vertical lines for the square pattern. Start at the top of the wall and measure and mark the horizontal lines according to the size of your square pattern. Do the same for your vertical lines. If you're using a chalk line, use blue chalk because red and yellow are permanent. Step 4. Apply tape. Determine which squares you want to paint the coordinating color and firmly apply tape on the outside of each square. Then, cut and remove the excess tape in the corners of the squares you're going to paint. The last step is to paint the squares. Before you get started, put a piece of tape in the squares you're not going to paint for reference. Use a mini roller to fill in the squares with your coordinating color. Paint every other box across and down. Let it dry for at least 4 hours, then remove the tape by angling it away from the painted squares. Creating original art on your walls is easy with Sherwin-Williams. Whether your squares are equally sized or random, you'll love how they shape up your room. For more information about other decorative techniques or Sherwin-Williams, visit sherwinwilliams.com.